Okay, the race here today is from Knockhill Racing Circuit. It's a 9 turn, 1.26 mile road course here. Lots of undulation. So let's go through our reconnaissance lap. So that we just passed the start finish line. We're going down the front straight. About here, you get on the brakes hard. Right turn. Go through here. Um, got some hard braking on those two turns 1 and 2. Got some dips going through here. You can still be on the throttle kind of hard. Blind turn coming up over that hill. Brake hard right before you get to the painted curb here. Turn it to the right. This is a tough turn here to not drift off that edge there. Um, Getting in the gravel a tiny bit doesn't cause any incident points. Here, brake right about where this the braking marker is right about here where this little dirt patch is. Get on the brakes hard, and then we have a hairpin right turn. You want to kind of late apex. I really missed the apex there. Um, So we're going to let's go through another lap, but we'll do it from the cockpit view so you can see how little you can see from this angle. Um, let's change where is it here? We can see the option here for changing our view here of field of view. Space in here for a second. Let's crank down field of view. Okay, so we're about to pass start finish line here. One of those was the start finish line. Brake here, dive down. Can't really see the apex from it's kind of a blind turn. Swing out wide, back on the throttle kind of late there. Again, another blind turn coming up over this hill. Just kind of hop those curbs as you come through. Brake hard right about here. Try not to let the car drift out too wide. You get kind of a long kind of back straight with a little bit of a bend in it there. Brake hard about here. Shift all the way down to first, roll through the inside, and that was a better lap right there. Get back on the throttle hard. So there we go. All right. So now let's go ahead and jump into the race. So we qualified fifth, and so here we go. Fifth out of I think 22 cars, something like that. And we're in the grass. That purple car in front of us got a lot of wheel spin, got sideways one way, and then sideways the other way, and then goes off the track there. Maybe got pushed, I don't know, but that lost us quite a few spots there. We started fifth, and now we're probably back to I don't know eighth or something. So let's go ahead and we'll back that up and we'll look at this from the TV view here. You can see a lot of cars. Pink car gets a lot of wheel spin and then shifts, more wheel spin. We lost a ton of ground because everybody's coming with a full head of steam. So trying just not to get collected. It's a bit of a kind of foggy, overcast day here. Piling over those curbs. You can see a lot of suspension movement, cars bouncing around a bit as we climb the curbs and bounce over them. Somebody's wrecking over here somewhere, going into one. I mean, sorry, uh, before before the turn 9, before you come back on the front straight. Maybe we'll switch views here. We'll go with the chase. Trying to roll this turn, get off the brake, and so you can let the tire grip do its thing with the turning is important for that. Whoop, somebody lost it here. There's a lot of weight transfer in these cars. A lot of weight in the rear. You got to shift it to the front to get the front planted, but then not outbrake yourself like those two kind of pinched us down there. The two cars in front of us kind of locked it up under braking and then turned a lot. I was saying this turn here. You want to get off the brake so you can get the car turning. Hop and curbs going through there. Oof. That was I didn't realize that was that bad when it occurred. So that was ugly. So the green car, go slow motion here. So the green car's way out of shape, way off track, and so I see him swinging back onto the track, and so I try to go left, but not too far left. And I thought I cleared him. I knew I touched him, but I thought it was like just barely. I didn't realize how much I got into him. Um, I was trying to squeeze by on that left side, and I should have gone even farther to the left. Didn't realize it till right this moment. So I got into his corner there, and that just knocked him into that seven car. Um, I feel bad about that now. Paul and Lucas. All right. I owe those guys an apology. That was definitely bad. Yeah, I thought it was just kind of a glancing touch as we scraped by there. Um, but let's go back and look at that again real quick from in car. Um, just so we can see what was going on here. So we're going at quarter speed. This guy's coming back on track. I don't know how much he's going to straighten it out. I yank it left and couldn't quite get away from him there. Um, I don't know. We're racing. He's coming back onto the track. It all happens real fast. So, so I don't know. If I had that to do over again, I'm not sure what I would have done differently, other than try to yank it a little harder to the left and lift a little more so I can get a little more steering in to get it farther left. But you got about, I don't know, a couple hundredths of a second to make that call to figure out how much you're going to yank it. So at this point, we're running fourth. The car in front of us locked it up a little bit there. We got a little bit of wheel spin coming out of the turn there. We got a little bit loose. This turn is tough. I figured out. I think I was braking a little too hard going into turn one. I could get off the brake or a little earlier. So it's a real tight, small track for these cars with this much horsepower. Um, so the passing is it's challenging. Basically, the car that you're passing has to kind of sort of let you by or realize that he's going to get past, and it's safer just to kind of let it happen. Getting out of that turn there is definitely important. Oh, they came to a crawl for some reason. I have it automatically switching camera angles here, so it's not the greatest angle, but there we go. It switched away. You see they're catching some air on through different parts of these curbs. Some of the curbs you can be pretty aggressive over. Other ones you can't. Um, Basically, the red parts are raised higher, and so depending how you hit those, depending on how you hit those red curbs, it might really upset the car, or if you're crossing over it, um, it might be fine. You just kind of throw you up in the air, straight up a little bit. Like these ones coming up here, we kind of go straight over, and like that one, just kind of straight jump. This is passing a lap car here. He just lets us through. Somebody's struggling there. Put it in the fence. So at this point, it's lap 8. We're still running fourth. Let's go ahead and go on board here. Or we'll do a chase view maybe. It's a little too fast. That's the nose camera. It's about 24.2 pounds in the left front right now. At this point in the race, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the tire pressure. I'm just kind of driving as hard as I can. Um, to see if I can pressure the car in front of me, if I can get close enough to him. Rolling this turn, you can see I'm starting to drift out a little wider there. I'm braking a little too late, holding brake a little too late, uh, going through there, which means I'm asking the tires to both slow the car down and turn the car, and they can't do both at the same time really well. So I need to get off the brake a little more so that when I ask them to turn, they turn. 24.4 pounds in the left front now. We picked up 0.2 pounds just on that lap. Rolled it a little bit better on that one. That black smoke was the car in front of us. He probably put a wheel off a little bit. We're running in third now, so I think the leader was the one that I think put it in the fence at this turn on the last lap. He went into the gravel over here. Oh, car in front of us is making up a little ground on him. He had a little bit of a lockup. Another lap car we're passing here. Just telling him thanks. Um, He was driving heads up and realized top three are right here. Here, the leader just spun. Leader spun right there. Green car was the leader. Um, so now we're running second. Yeah, so it was heads up driving by the guy in the front straight. Lap car saw the leader coming and was paying attention and saw that first, second, and third were kind of nose to tail there, and so he just got out of the way and slowed down just to not affect our race, which is very nice and safer for him because if we're trying to drive hard through one and two at a bit faster clip, there's really not any more room on the track. It was going to be dangerous for everyone. This car in front of me was got the tires up going through turn one a little bit better. It's catching the inside curb there. We caught it a little bit too. Upsets the car a little bit, but I'm not sure it really slows you down. Driving as hard as I can here. Trying to get closer, trying to put pressure on the leader. We still have a long ways to go, but if you can put pressure on them, they're more likely to make a mistake, more likely to look in their mirror. And they're looking in the mirror, they may miss a mark, may miss a shift or make some small mistake, and that might make the difference. Getting a little more aggressive between turns one and two there, getting back on throttle hard, catching that curb hard, straight line in these turns a little bit. Then I can see he's coming out of there, and when he comes out of there and shoots to the right, that tells me he's a little bit out of control. The rear end is stepping out right there. There he goes, and he lost it. Which way to go? Oh, going left. Okay. So maybe we should back up and take a look at. Um, so I saw he was getting a little bit out of shape on the previous turns there a little bit. Let's back it up a little bit more. Right here. So we'll jump up to his car. Okay, so he comes over these. We'll go half speed. He comes over this, is turning, still turning to the right hard, and then has to turn back to the left to catch it. And so I saw this, and I know he's driving super hard, like over driving it a bit. And he comes through here again, cranking the wheel really hard to the right, getting hard on the throttle, and then just starts uh, yanking the wheel back and forth, left and right, to try to keep the thing under control. But um, that was the point. That was the point of the reason why we're pushing so hard is to try to induce one of those sort of mistakes. Now our left front is up to 25 pounds of pressure. We got the lead, and it's lap 14. We got a little bit of a gap. Back to the second place car. I think that's probably second behind us, or maybe it's a lap car. I don't recall. This was the first time I led in a while, but I was pretty calm. I didn't feel especially nervous or anything. Took just a couple deep breaths and um, kind of uh, trying to tone it down a little bit, of not push too hard. Try not to beat myself. Lines are looking pretty good, pretty clean there. Pretty close to my apexes where I want to be. I don't take this turn that great. Oof, that was definitely not good. I lost a ton of ground there. So I think this is Pablo that is here passing me, trying to pass here. We go side by side, coming out of there. Drag racing down the front stretch here. Now we're coming towards turn one. And I straight line it. I knew I wasn't gonna. I screwed up my braking. I wasn't gonna quite make it. So let's look at how that happened. So I got a little excited here, I think, and I was about to hit my normal braking marker, but I was thinking about it a little bit too slow. Of I needed to brake a little sooner because I couldn't use all the track because he's going to be to the inside, and so I just outbraked myself. I realized it, and then now it's just trying to get it to not slide into him on the track, and then this I think lap car. Not sure. Let's switch camera views here. So half speed. So I didn't want to come flying back on the track in front of him. I'm trying to keep to the left. This other car, the 12 car, is opportunistic, going to shoot through there, uh, but doesn't get his braking done. Is off the line, and so he's not going to make that turn. And now he's just kind of locking up, sliding across the track a bit, and so we touch. So that was unfortunate. Um, anyway, now we're in second. Um, that's third behind us there, about a second and a half back. Oof, jumped over that turn two curb a lot. Somebody's wrecking. You can hear a little bit of collisions going on there somewhere. Oh, somebody lost it coming out of the front straight. It's kind of easy to do. You got to go to like 80 or 90% throttle, not 100. Um, but if you get on throttle a little too early or a little too hard, um, can step out, and you got to basically realize it right as you do it or before you're about to do it, that it's going to step out and back out of it before the car even starts to rotate. Because if the car starts rotating, it's already too late. You're not going to catch it. There's a lap car, I think, here. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are very scared of this track, about the carnage and the wrecking and the, the physical nature of it. Nope. And didn't get all my turning done. That was the thing where I was dragging my brake. I was not getting off the brake early enough. I might have missed my braking marker a little bit or something there too, which is unlikely, but let's see if we can see what's going on here. So I usually brake right about the paint, so that looked like my braking was good. I might not have got it on it hard enough here. Let's try to go super slow motion. Quarter speed, got on to about 70%. That's not bad, but I got to get off the brake about now to get the turning done. And I did get off the brake, but I didn't turn in very well, and the front tire's locked. I can see we're leaving rubber right there on the road. Um, yeah, so I bet if we flip this around to the what's that going to be? The right front camera, right front suspension. That wheel is locked. So when we look at this, that wheel locks right here, and that's what causes it to run wide. It locked for about a meter or two, And that's enough to send us off. But I was probably pressing that brake a little too hard right there because I realized I was going to run too wide. I was already carrying a little bit too much speed. And so that's why I needed to brake so late because I had already screwed up. Um, so now we're in third. And the car that's right behind us, I'm not sure if that's for position or not. He's racing us like it's for position, diving in there. Yeah, I think that's for position. He's got a little bit of damage on the front of his car. Seems like we get through that turn a little bit better than most. Um, Let me back that up a little bit here. So car in front of us, 15 car gets through there pretty good. See the line he has. He's coming, hopping right over this, getting that apex done really well. Um, and then we come through and we're right, kind of close to the same. And this next car comes through, and he's going slower and taking not as optimal of a line through there. And so he's losing a little bit of speed, time to us, a little bit of speed, distance. I just noticed seemed to hop that curb pretty good most times. Oh, and okay, here's what we were talking about before. The let's switch to in car. Okay, so this car in front of us, this second place car. Um, let's watch what he's doing. He's way offline. He's way out, and now he's through the grass. So I think what happened here was he's going through this turn here and looks in the mirror, trying to see where we're at. I think that's what he did. Uh, because he just drives off the right side of the track, which makes no sense if you're looking straight ahead. You're never going to do that. So either his steering had a problem with the steering momentarily, or he's looking in the mirror. Very likely he's looking in the mirror. Um, so now he lost 2 spots. So that's what the guy behind me is trying to do. He's trying to get me to look in the mirror, try to pass for position. Oh, I think um, I might have braked slightly earlier, slightly differently, or something. I don't know. I felt like I didn't charge turn one as hard as I normally did, and he was right behind me, and I think that threw him off. So um, I don't know, or he was just charging extra hard, and it's something that can happen. When you're real close behind a car, if they do something you don't quite expect, or you over come in with more speed, and then you have to hit the brakes hard because they do something in front of you, now you're a little bit out of control. You're sliding or missing your braking marker, that sort of thing. So we're now on lap 23. We're running in second at the moment. Oh, ran a little bit wide there. Let's look at that. Um, so, all right, go half speed. So we want to turn in here. Oh, we locked the brake. I saw it right there. I forgot to mention something. So uh, let's go to Pablo behind us. Um, he's really good through this turn. Let's see where he brakes. We're coming up on this little dirt patch. That's usually about where I brake. He brakes later, harder. Rear end of that car just gets right up. And then he turns in, gets all the way close to these cones, gets back on the throttle hard. And so he made up a ton of ground coming through that turn. Let's see, how many car lengths was he behind us before we came into this? He's like 5 car lengths back right here, maybe 6. Um, and coming out of there, he's like 1.5 or 2. I missed that apex. He got it. He was getting good pretty much every time. I think I was faster through some parts of the track, but he was definitely quicker coming onto that front straight. Missed the apex a bit there. I did. Ran a little wide. I ran a little wide. Missed the apex again a little bit. Now he's got a great run. Pretty good run. Coming here towards turn 9. Again, I locked it up. And boom, he gets by. Kind of drag race out of here. He had to sort of pinch it off and not carry his momentum all the way out because I was there and he was leaving room for me there. Oops, hit the wrong button here. All right, switch over to our car. That's a button I meant to hit. So now we're back to third. So we're on lap 25 now. Lap car making a mistake. On lap 12, I lost the transducers, the haptic engines that I have for vibrating when the front uh, brakes loose, tires lock up, and also you can feel like gear shifts and suspension movement and tire slip and that sort of things. Those just for some reason stopped working. Let's back that up. So those stopped working on lap 12. And so I started locking up a little bit more often after that in the hard braking zones, just because I couldn't quite feel the limit of traction and where that braking threshold was. What I wanted to show here was Pablo here is catching a lap car, that red, white, and blue car. And so I see that. I'm pushing hard, trying to stay as close as I can to him to see if I can take advantage of any little mistake here or hesitation as we come up on this car. And he has to compromise a little bit because that car was there, slow down a little bit. And so now I have a little bit of run on the inside and I'm trying to use it. Uh, and I try to stick my nose in there and he uh, left a little bit of room, but not a lot. It wasn't enough for me to fit my car in there. Uh, I figured I got to try to make a go of it. Uh, and so I got my tires up on the curb trying to fit in there, and we just touched ever so slightly there. Just incidental. I wasn't trying to drive through them or anything. Um, just saw an opportunity and try to make it work. Trying to follow his line through here. He's quicker through here, and uh, I noticed sometimes I wasn't downshifting all the way to first through turn 9. And when you're down into first, you can roll that inside better. If you're in second, you end up drifting out a little wider. And so I noticed that was kind of the difference for me. This turn I was starting to struggle with more and more as the race went on. I shifted brake balance farther back, trying to help me get the car rotated through there. but I was really struggling through that right-hander at turn 2. At some point here, I went even farther back in the brake balance, but then it felt like too much. Front left tires up to 25.3 pounds. Um, that's another reason why we're struggling making these right-handers, like that one and this next one here. This is the one I was talking about. I keep kind of struggling getting the car turned. Cars telling us at the last second which side they want to be passed on. Uh, so we are on lap 29 of 35. Missing it. Missed the apex there. I'm really being more deliberate with my braking and getting off the brake. Um, trying not to punch that left front any more than, uh, and then I wasn't sure what this guy was doing. Was he going to stay to the inside? Was he going to go to the outside? That was kind of weird. So I want to put pressure on Pablo here in front of us. Um, but I also know that left front tire is not gripping well. I'm just trying to be smooth. And we're running out of time. And he gets through this turn really good, which is really important. Oh, and we locked it up. So if I had the vibration working on the feet, that would have helped me feel the limit a bit better. Most people don't have that sort of thing probably, but I'm used to it. And so not having it, I kind of ended up relying on it, and then I don't have it all of a sudden. It's kind of weird. But it's the first time it's dropped out on me ever. And there we go. Uh, just got our braking. Couldn't get the car slowed. I think we just stayed on the brake a little too long is I think what happened here. Let's take a look. Still on the brake like 20%. Brake on the brake right here when they've got the wheel completely cranked and we're still touching the brake. So uh, basically I know the car is not turned enough for the turn I need it to turn. So I'm turning the wheel and hitting the brake, but it's not helping it turn. Um, so you realize you need to get the car turned more, and so you what you do naturally is to do the things that make the car turn. Uh, Turn the wheel and hit the brake maybe. What I should have done is not be on the brake, or be on the brake and keep the wheel straight, and then lift off the brake and turn the wheel. But can't do both. But I was already in no man's land. That time I was more cautious going through there, and it was fine. Lap car, I think here that we're coming around. There's another lap car here. Two laps to go. A lap 33 right now out of 35. Um, so it was an eventful race. I think started fifth, fell back to like maybe ninth or so. Um, with that thing at the start line where we got kind of pushed off the track. Um, luckily, didn't get run over because of it, uh, and then started kind of just keeping our nose clean, keeping it on the track, and let other people make mistakes. Um, and we're able to get into the lead for a little bit, and then I made a mistake. Um, uh, Missing the vibration motor also cost us a bit, uh, but it happened in the first after we were about lap 12 or so. So ran most of the race without it, and have to look at the lap times to see how much that cost us. Lap 9 was our fastest, 48.417. Well, it looks like most of the time we were in the 49s, mid to low 49s. Another 48, two 48s in lap 22, 21, 22. And this is the final lap we're on right now. Got a 48 again on lap 27, 48 on lap 34. So um, I was happy with it. I was happy with the effort. Um, cool. Thanks for watching.